Yo, what up? My name's Antonio Kanja. This is Should We Do a Podcast? You ready? Yeah. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Should We Do a Podcast? Today I got today's guest is the homie Demy.
Hello.
Oh God, this is gonna be trouble.
I'm sweating already.
Getting you to talk for an hour. So, anyways, before we start the show, how I normally do, me and Demy were talking beforehand, and he wants to be censored, and I don't want to edit that. So to make it easier for myself, or at least fun for myself, and as like a running thing for this to help me post-editing or editing post-production when I do it in post is I got this this coin jar, and if you're looking on if you're watching, got me a little bag of nickels, and if you're listening, oh yeah, that's peaking. That's peaking.
Oh yeah.
Let's see how many nickels you brought. So this is full. Listen to that nice jingle, because we were talking about this beforehand, and we threw money in every single time we cussed. So it's already.
This is 1% of that.
Yeah. All right. So you got your nickels.
Yeah, I came prepared as well.
Oh my God.
Since I knew I needed some nickels.
He's got 5 rolls of nickels. Jeez. Oh. Okay. Wait. That's one. Already. So that's gonna be the little marker to
remind you in editing.
Yeah, to remind me in editing to take it out. So anyways, we're gonna get the show kicked off how we normally do. So Dem, what's your experience with podcasts? How do you feel about them? Do you listen to them? Do you not? Have you been on a podcast?
I don't really listen to podcasts. But I did listen to one. I recommended one to you.
Yeah.
That's like the only one I've listened to.
Just the one
really?
Episode?
Yeah. And one of my other friends had a podcast too, and I listened to that. But
what was that one about?
That was interesting because it's about reviewing shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't watch any shows, so I had no idea what they were talking about the whole time.
What show were they reviewing?
I couldn't tell you. It was on Netflix.
So if you could, I don't know if you could tell from listening, Dub said it right before we even started recording. He doesn't like to talk. So the whole part of the
Challenge.
The challenge is gonna be to get him to say more than 6 words. Okay, so the DJ Drama one. What's this show called?
Not DJ Drama.
Yeah.
Drama.
Oh, Drama. DJ.
What's his name?
Drama.
No, DJ Drama. Not
DJ Drama
is
his name?
His name's just Drama, isn't it?
Grills. But he was a DJ, wasn't he?
No, he was. He had I think it was a separate name, but
he was on
Robin Big,
Robin
and
Big
then
and
Fantasy Factory, and yeah.
Is he on? No, he's not part of Ridiculousness.
No, I think he might have been guest maybe. But.
He did what was the other thing he did? Oh, Young and Reckless, right?
Yeah, he's Young and Reckless. I don't know if that's still a thing. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a thing either.
But the podcast was, yeah. Did you listen to it?
I started it. I didn't get all the way through.
That means you didn't.
So
that's okay.
So summarize it. What was it about?
Are we doing podcast reviews today, bro?
We're gonna do a podcast review. Stop trying to look at my notes for what
I'm not. I don't even know where they are.
Oh no, they ripped.
Dude, I'm doing better than you.
I know, but I've done 8 of these and I haven't censored any of them. But everybody else has been talking more.
Okay.
So what was it about?
Oh, it's basically just about a videographer.
That was it?
That's it.
I should have.
Him interviewing a videographer.
Who was the videographer?
His name's Roy Kramer. Okay, the dude, he ended up being Chainsmokers like video guy, and then like Bieber's video guy, and
What videos did he do for them?
like
Oh, just like their tour.
Yeah, like touring with them and stuff, like their social media and stuff.
So not like their video, like their.
Not. Oh, he did some music videos. Yeah, he did music videos. What's Chainsmokers like first big? Not selfie. Let me take a selfie. But the other one.
Is that Chainsmokers?
It is.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you any Chainsmokers song.
But if you heard, but you know a ton of them at least.
If I heard them, I'd be like, oh, this is
Roses. The music video to Roses, he did that.
I don't think I've seen the
or
music
one of
video,
them.
but
I know the song.
How does it go? Clear it down and sing it.
I feel like I'm gonna have to drop this just for what's about to happen right now.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that my love is fire.
You know exactly, dude. That was 100% exactly how it sounds too, dude.
I need to listen to it because I don't know.
Dude, that was if you didn't know, that was like perfectly recreated.
Perfect. Okay. So
you might have to edit that part out.
No, that was. You know what I'll do? I'll put you singing, but I'll put the actual song underneath, and people will be like, "Oh my god!"
Hey, just grab the acapella. Like, dang, this guy sounds just like
dude.
Roses.
Is he a chain smoker? Is that guy sponsored by Newport?
It's the Marlboro man. Oh my god. And he's kicking on back.
Oh, I can't believe they got the Marlboro man on this show.
Yeah, I know, dude. You got the Marlboro man.
Oh man. Okay, so it was about him being the video that guy who.
Dude, it's just about like his career. I don't want to say career path. That sounds stupid.
There we go.
His journey. That sounds more.
That sounds better.
It sounds better, and it's cool. It's motivational, for me, because it's like, okay, it's possible, kind of, because how he started is how like what I'm doing right now, and you.
Which is for the people who aren't listening. You gotta go into it.
Okay.
I mean, I know what we're doing. We're doing this. If you're watching,
We're doing a podcast.
this. If you're listening,
This.
the feedback. Are we peaking? Oh, we're not peaking.
Let's put.
Are we red? No, we're not red. Anyways, so for the uninitiated,
Educated.
or uneducated, or for the people who are stupid as. I don't have very many nickels, so
I got you if you need.
Man's brought
I'm
out
gonna-
6 rolls of
I got
nickels,
it.
and I brought a snack
It's a
bag.
sandwich bag. That's not even a sandwich bag. It's a half
Yeah,
sandwich.
You can fit a half a sandwich in here.
Uh,
Anyways, so his path was how we're doing it, which is for the uneducated. What?
well, what
Please.
I'm doing is
Yeah,
taking pictures and making videos.
Yeah, you do more music You do more music stuff than I do.
Slightly, I guess, like just concerts, but
Oh, you. Just
I don't know. You're
You
doing,
just do some concerts.
yeah,
You just do some.
yeah, here
Would
and
you
there.
like to? Would you like to speak about the finesse that you just hit?
Which one?
The one where you shot off the email and wound up in Sin City.
I mean, I can talk about it.
Talk about it.
Oh,
So-
jeez, bro. Okay, I'm sweating. Okay,
It's all right. For the people who are
Okay.
listening can't see
walk me through it, dude. So I'm not.
it. Walk you through what?
Walk
This
me
is-
through my own story, please.
Okay, so you wanted to shoot this, not shoot. We're in a
Yes.
political climate
Yeah,
where we can't say
be
shoot.
careful with the verbiage. Yes.
You wanted to
Photograph.
photograph who is the band?
The group is called Hermitude.
Hermitude.
Two
And-
dudes.
And they came to Detroit on
On a Wednesday. Wednesday night they had a
And what, you hit them with an email? Like
like a
Sunday?
week, like a week and a half ahead of time, maybe 2 weeks. And I basically told them that like, yo, you're coming to Detroit. If you don't have a photographer, I'll shoot for you.
Mm-hmm. You photograph for them.
Yes, I'll photograph the concert for them. And I didn't hear anything back for a few days, so I hit him again, and not them, but like more people who are associated with them, but I probably shouldn't be contacting.
Did you hit like their opener and like their manager?
No, the manager first, and then I just sent it to like all their PR people and anybody I could find that's associated with them.
Yeah.
Associated with them.
The Associated Press.
Yes, yeah, and the Associated Press, and they were like, "What do you?
They're
why
like,
are you talking to me?
Definitely wrong.
Like,
Definitely
get out
wrong
here!
email.
Wrong number."
You
dude.
hit a 404 error real quick.
So yeah, but then a few days before that Sunday, they actually hit me back and they're like, "Oh yeah,
Was it from them or was it from their manager?
their manager,
Okay.
one of them," and he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool." And I said, "Okay, I see you guys are gonna be in Vegas 2 days later. You need someone for that too?" And they're like, "Well, let me get back to you." And then by the time
So Wednesday they were going to be in Detroit. You already got locked in for that. 2 days
Yeah.
later, what, Friday they were going to be in Vegas?
Saturday
Saturday they were going to be in Vegas. So you already just narrowly got locked in for the Wednesday show.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm
And
going to
then
take it
like
a step further.
I'm like, yeah, let's go all in, okay? And I and then when I saw them and like met the tour manager at the Detroit venue,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Oh, I got good news." Before I like one of the first things he says like, "I got you on for Vegas." I'm like, "You don't even know if I can shoot, man," but okay, like, sure.
And where'd they play here? Did they do Royal Oak?
No, it was the Shelter, which is
Oh.
underneath St. Andrews.
So they
So
played
it's small.
so
It
they
was
played a
so
small-
dude. It was so small.
the Shelter. And then where were they playing in Vegas?
3-day music festival.
Jesus. Like main stage or like side stage?
They weren't the main stage. There's like the main stage where all like the pop people were, like Post Malone and all
Yeah.
that, and their stage was like there's like the electronic music stage. That's where they were.
Still 3-day festival. Wait, what festival
So-
was it again?
It's called Life is Beautiful.
Life is Beautiful.
It's kind of
So-
stacked. It was kind of stacked.
Yeah, Post. Who else was there? Hermitude.
Ray Shrimmer, Carly Rae Jepsen.
The Jeps.
Yeah. Billie Eilish.
Ooh.
But that she went before I got there, so I miss her. Yeah. People like Zed. Yeah, well, whatever. More people, but that's all I can think of off the top.
Off the top.
Off
So,
the top.
anyways, so you get there. So you shoot Wednesday, or you photograph Wednesday.
Yes.
It was dope,
Yeah.
and then you're already locked in. So I get a call, like, "Hey, bro, you know how I told you how I was gonna take pictures for the show?" I was like, "Yeah." You're like, 'cause I left for New York to go visit Renee Thursday. So I get a call Friday that's like, "I'm going to Vegas." I was like, "What? You going to what?" Yeah, yeah.
You can do it now.
Yeah. So you just finesse. Wait, what was the? So how else did you finesse that? How'd you? Cause you just got the 1 day pass, right?
No, I got a 3-day. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I got. So basically, yeah, I got a one. The credentials I got were
Yeah.
basically only to shoot
The one band. Or the
photograph
Yeah.
the one group, and that's and only for their set and only for that stage at that time.
Yeah.
So I was really limited, right?
Mhm.
So after their set, right? I mean, I'm pretty much done like doing what I needed to do.
Mhm.
So I tried going to other stages where people were and like getting to the photo pit, which is the area between the crowd. in the stage a lot of
Yeah.
times. That exists. I tried getting there.
For
And
other stages.
for other stages, the same stage even, like right after, and people are telling me, oh, like you don't have the right band for this. You don't have the right wristband. And I was like, which one do I need? They're like, you have the silver one. This needs to be pink. So I'm like, okay, it needs to be pink. All right, I got you. So that whole day, I was just kind of roaming around trying to get into place and just kept getting told no, right?
Right.
And
Skirt.
then that was the second day, so the last day of the festival, the next day when we were driving there, I was driving with my friends, and they said, or I told them, yo, let's stop at Walmart before we get there,
Yeah.
and I need to grab something real quick. So I ran in the Walmart, got a pack of Sharpies that had a pink Sharpie in it, and I Sharpied my silver band pink. And everybody who told me no the day before was telling me, they're like, oh yeah, you're good. I'm like,
So where else did you get in off of that? So was that did that turn into a VIP?
No. So that's the thing. I had, that was only to get into the photo pit.
Yeah.
Even the day before, like I had the same access that all the like performers would have.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. Like, so I got like there was like a part with free food, free drinks, like the artist lounges.
Yeah.
I mean, that was dope, but I'd rather have a photo band.
Photo pass so you can go and take more pictures.
Yeah. So, I had that, and then all the pink one did was let me get into the photo pit.
For any photo pit.
Any photo pit.
That's
And then
dope.
yeah. Except for like Post Malone, right? They're like, I tried to get in. They're like, no, this isn't good for Post Malone.
This is different.
You need a special Post Malone one.
Yeah, because he's main
He's like
stage.
he was like huge, like
He's
the,
the opener.
big headliner
Yeah.
or whatever. But then I used my artist band to go backstage around the back of the stage and then up the other side and come from the back and
To the photo pit.
and I just walked right in the photo pit and nobody said anything. It's like, okay.
So you finessed hard as. That's two.
Oh, was it double?
That was a double. I said. God damn it!
No, you didn't. Wait, you did. You only did it once. Okay, you just
No.
quadrupled off of one. Okay.
Anyways, so you finessed hard, and the pics from Post Malone. Did you ever post those?
Did
you ever
There's
post
one on
Ma-
my website.
did you ever
Did I
post Malone?
those?
Did you ever
Yeah, one of them's on my website.
Post Malone those? And the link for Dem's website will be here. If you're watching, it'll be here. If you're listening, it'll be in the show notes. I think that's what they're called. The description.
Were you posting the audio for this? On the cloud?
No. There's an app called Anchor,
Oh, okay.
and it puts it on like all the podcasting sites.
Oh, dang. Like iTunes and all
Yeah,
that? Oh,
it'll be on iTunes.
dang,
I
bro.
think.
Big
I
time. Big time over here.
Big.
Big time.
So that's just one instance of you finessing. But that was like a huge one. You got to take pictures of Post Malone for free. You
Oh,
got to
free.
go like that was.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really paid for was... I really didn't pay... I
ate.
had to get my own tickets, my own plane tickets to get there,
Mhm.
but I used like credit card points for the first time ever, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
So you didn't even pay that much for plane tickets.
I didn't pay anything for my plane tickets.
What the?
And
baggy's
I
looking
did it-
light.
dude. I got you. I'm keeping it clean for now, like pretty decently.
So you went, cause you don't, for people who don't know, cause I didn't know this for a little bit. I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. But like if you're going and taking pictures of like an artist or like a group, like you're not paying for that. Like you go
Yeah, no.
and you send them your
No,
pictures for free.
That's the agreement. I mean,
Yeah. Like you get
if
to
someone
get in from-
says like, "Yo, you got to get a ticket," then I'm like, "Yo, you got to get a different photographer."
Yeah.
Like,
But like, so you took pictures of them in Detroit.
yeah.
You took pictures of them in Vegas. Didn't pay for your plane ticket. You got to see Post Malone. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so were for Post Malone, were you there the whole time, or did they kick you out after a little bit?
So for people like that, or actually that whole festival is pretty like even with the people who nobody knows with keeping it like 3 songs.
Yeah, they like rotate.
First 3 songs. No, it's like first 3 songs of their performance. You know, you can be in the photo pit, and then everybody's got to get out except for like their special people, like a handful of people. Which makes sense because like I'm like sticking my camera like in Post Malone's face.
Yeah,
you know,
because I didn't know that was a thing, but 2 years ago, I went to Movement and I saw Wu-Tang. I shot pictures of Wu-Tang.
Okay.
And like,
Dope.
I got a couple where
Wait,
like,
were we there together?
No,
Oh no,
no,
I used.
I think you went the day before, and I went the day after. Because I specifically wanted to go for Wu-Tang.
Oh no, we were both there, bro. We were both there.
Oh yeah. Because we pulled up, and I think that was one of the first times I ever saw you wear shorts, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was actually hot. It was hot as.
But I have like a picture of like RZA like pointing at me, and like I have Method Man smoking a blunt. Like it's the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
But
It was a madhouse, that photo pit, right?
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then after, like you said, like 3 songs, they're like, okay,
Like
you gotta.
everybody get out.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, and I was just like, oh. I mean, like when they kicked us out, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
And you didn't want to.
Yeah, no, I
You're like,
definitely didn't.
I don't want to leave.
I stayed off on the side, and I'm like sitting there. And I,
Yeah,
like,
that's what people do. That's the
reaching.
thing. And then they kicked you out further. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, get the out.
Yeah, they're like, no, you have to leave all the way now. I'm like,
All the way out. You have to get all the way out.
You have to leave what's that, Millennium? No, not Millennium Park.
Hart Plaza.
Hart Plaza. We need you out of the city.
Dude, if you want to talk about weird things that concerts have done, okay, one
me.
concert, Sublime, okay, you know them like
They have,
Santeria
they
and
have
all
like
that.
the Weird Sun. I couldn't name any songs, but I know they have the Weird Sun.
Yeah, they're like, alternative, so I wouldn't expect you to like know them. So,
Jeez.
They only let for all the people who wanted to, promote the show, the publications and stuff. They let them in at the beginning of their set,
Mm-hmm.
and then like 3 songs, and then escorted everybody out of the whole venue.
Are you
Like,
serious?
you can even watch it if you wanted to. I was
Why?
like, what?
They're
dude?
that like.
So like people are supposed to be reviewing the concert, right?
And they got
they
kicked
get
out?
kicked out.
That's
so
funny.
That's Sublime, dude. I don't know, whatever.
That's subpar. Sublime.
That is subpar. That's
Sublime. If you're listening, that's subpar.
yeah.
Sub. I can't think of any more sub words besides submarine.
So that's what I was gonna come up with.
Yellow Submarine. Wasn't that Sublime's big hit?
No, that was the Beatles.
No, I thought you were gonna go with it. Okay, I guess not. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of any other concert stories because I don't. I've only.
You just shot a concert the other day, dude. A few weeks ago.
Did I?
Yeah, Dally.
Oh yeah, I did. That was sweet. What's it?
Is that your first stage access?
That was my
Yeah.
first stage access, but I had no band. Like I didn't even get the cool like wristband to like remember it. But it was
We have the photos.
yeah, it was Rick, my TA. Shouts out to Rick. Yeah, he wasn't even like a TA, but when I describe him as a TA because that's basically what he
Yeah,
was.
it makes it easier.
But yeah, his band played at Dally in the Alley, which if you're not from Detroit, honestly, I didn't even know what it was. But
Yeah, because you don't venture
I don't do anything.
north that far.
Nope. I stayed downriver.
15 minutes.
I stayed
20
downriver.
minutes north is too far.
Parking at MGM is that's the extent. But no, so it was sweet. So I got to do what was cool. Oh no, you were there. You were in the
I was
crowd.
there.
Oh shit.
I was in the pictures. I'm in the background.
But they had like a slingshot. I guess so.
Yeah.
So they had a slingshot because they were.
Giant slingshot.
I saw them tweeting and putting it on Facebook right before. They're like, does anybody have a t-shirt cannon? Anybody have a t-shirt cannon? Dude, I swear I've been looking for a t-shirt cannon for
t-shirt cannon,
at
dude?
least
That's
6 years.
super special. You could probably make one though yourself.
Dude, I
be-
tried to get Joey
Yeah.
in high school. He always used to like make damn it. He's in his basement. And I asked him one time, I was like, hey, can you make me a t-shirt gun? And he's like, why? I was like, I don't know. I just
mean,
want
why? It's a t-shirt gun. What
Yeah,
the
I was like,
f- you think I'm gonna do with?
I was like, I just want one. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. But he wound up making a potato gun, but it was huge. Like, this thing was like, no joke, 12. No,
like,
okay,
can't you just
maybe not
put shirts in it and call
No,
it a day?
because the tube was like this big. You
Do you hate it when that happens?
hate when the tube's barely big enough. You couldn't even fit a potato in it. That was the thing. I was pissed. He's like, because he
It
called
only takes fingerling potatoes.
he called me over one day and he's like, yo, you gotta come see what I made. And I went over and he's like, check it out.
No, actually, you can't do a t-shirt. You can't use that. It's not practical because
No.
it's a one shot. It's like a one shot, and then you got to reset it like for like
Well,
a
look,
few minutes.
I go and he gets this thing and it's you couldn't even fit full potatoes in.
Yeah.
He's like, you just gotta cut the potato. I'm like, so 1, I'm not getting a t-shirt cannon. 2,
This barely shoots potatoes.
It's a potato gun. And 3, it's a potato gun. You gotta cut that up. So, yeah, no. So they had a slingshot, and they let me.
So they got one. They got their hands on one.
They didn't get a t-shirt
Yeah,
cannon.
but somebody's like, I don't have a t-shirt cannon, but I got a giant slingshot.
They got one of those ones that you get at like the dollar store for like water
Oh, you
balloons.
can get those at the dollar store. Oh yeah,
for like
those
water balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they shot those off, and they're like, you do one. I was like, nah, I'm just taking pictures. No, come and do it. I was like, oh shit.
Did you? I didn't
Yeah.
see you do it.
Yeah.
Was it before I got there?
No,
it wasn't.
No, it was towards
I
the
didn't
end.
see. How did I
But it
not
was
see?
sweet. That was awesome because he told me beforehand. He's like, we're gonna tell security you come on stage, you go in the pit, you do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, sweet.
It's dope, right?
It was sweet. It's a different kind of vibe, like to going to a concert.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
Like,
I can't go to a concert like and stand in the crowd anymore.
yeah, it's weird. That's how I felt after Bonnaroo. But Bonnaroo was more like a festival.
Wait.
Well,
After attending it?
yeah. So like when I went, I think I went to like maybe 2 concerts ever. Then I went to Bonnaroo.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you went to a lot, but
No, because there was nobody really that I wanted to see.
Okay.
But Bonnaroo was like crazy because we were like in a pit, bro. Oh, that's a sweet. Have I ever told you my Macklemore story?
what?
Okay.
What?
So at Bonnaroo, one of the big people on the main stage, there was like J. Cole, Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Somehow Macklemore was like on main stage.
I mean, Macklemore's pretty big. Or was this before he was big?
No, he was huge.
So then why are you surprised he was on the big stage?
Cause it's Macklemore. At that
Dude,
point,
he's like a superstar.
but at
dude,
that
or he
point, it was
at-
only
at-
his second
point.
album had come out. I don't even think his second album was that. I think it was just barely out. But like at that point, still his biggest song was just Thrift Shop. So, like,
was the okay? The big question is, was the one song na 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 was that out yet?
yeah, that one was
Okay,
out.
then he's on main stage, dude. That's main stage material right there.
So we go. I think it was like the 3rd day, or the 3rd night. Like he was like one of the last people. So we get there. For some reason, me and my 3 friends went early to go and see Macklemore. I was like, guys, I
Okay.
want to get as close as we can. So
You wanted to see him,
yeah, I was
okay?
it was.
But you were confused. You're like, why? I don't know why he's on the big stage, but
But I
I'm
wanna
gonna
see
go
it.
there
Yeah.
anyway. Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna see him. So we get there, and how they had the main stage broke up. They had the stage, they had the photo pit, they had
I was like a VIP section,
There
and
was
then
like
oh yeah,
a VIP pit,
yeah,
and then just this
general
huge
admission,
lawn,
yeah,
like huge. So we get there, and there's gates between all of them.
mm.
So we got there early. We're on the gate to the main lawn. So we're sitting there, and we're like, "Oh, this is sweet! Like we're really close, like maybe 150 feet out."
Okay.
So like, we're sitting there, we're hanging out. He does maybe one song, and then there's lightning. We're like, oh. So they have us leave.
They can't. They're like, yo, we got to shut it down.
Yeah. They cleared out the park. They cleared the whole park out. So we go. We're sitting in the car. We waited. They said like 45 minutes. So we're like,
Oh, of course. Yeah,
whatever.
that's what they're gonna say. Like nowhere near as long as it's actually gonna be.
yeah.
Right?
So after like probably 25 minutes, we look like it was fine. It wasn't rain. Like the clouds like cleared up a little bit. So we're like, oh, let's just go back in the park. So they were just barely letting people in. So we get there, we get back to the main stage, and we're right back on the fence of like the
where you were.
yeah. And I was like, this is sweet. He hadn't even got on stage yet. Like they were setting back his setting everything up. And I look off to the side and I see the VIP. Like there's people like sort of funneling in. I was like, guys, come with me. I have an idea.
And like they weren't even checking like bands or whatever.
So we get
because there were so many people.
We get there. Nobody was checking. So I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so we snuck into the VIP and we're literally, so like we're standing here.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 feet is the actual stage.
Okay.
Like in front of us. There was like 2 bodies in front of us. So it wound up getting packed.
Wait, there's no
there
photo
wound up,
pit?
No,
No
they-
photo pit?
because
Photo
they
pit?
got cleared out. So there was no photo pit. They might have been behind us or like we might have been in the photo pit. But like it was packed. So we're sitting there and then it wound up being an awesome show. Like I have mad
so then
respect.
it actually happened.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
But there was a part where he started doing a dance off and he told people to like put their hands out in the crowd, and he stood on people's hands, and Kieran runs around me to hold his foot up. So Kieran's holding his foot up, and I was
dope.
like 4 people separated from Kieran, and I pushed this lady by the face to get to Kieran.
Oh, were you trying to touch his foot too?
I literally like touched his pant leg. I was like, oh my god, I touched Macklemore.
Oh my god.
But I pushed this lady by the face. But everybody there was super nice. So she just like looked at me. She's just like, she was probably rolling.
Yeah, she's probably gone, dude. That's why she didn't know what's going on.
But
She
it
didn't
was-
even know Macklemore was right in front of her face.
But it was sweet. So Kieran like has a video of like Macklemore right above him. And
Nice.
It was
That's
dope.
dope.
It was a sweet time. Sweet. So yeah.
Scheming, dude.
Always
Stay
scheming.
scheming.
So yeah, I think that's a good place to take a break.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah.
All right, my nickel bag is.
Oh, you're
looking a
good.
little-
You're in good shape. You're in good shape.
Should be able to make it through the second half.
No, we'll be. Yeah,
You're
we're
light.
good. I got you.
You're light.
I'm conserving.
All right. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey there, it's Antonio. This commercial is brought to you by me. If you like the podcast and you want to see other stuff, you should check out my website. I got pictures from a bunch of my trips, all of my vlogs, my short films, and some other stuff. Like these, and these. So if you want to get any of them, they're on the website too. Appreciate it, because right now it's just me wearing them. So that's all I got. Back to the pod.
And we're back. How was that break for you?
That was like 30 seconds. That was not a break, dude.
Yeah, it was great for me. Hope everyone out there took a nice break in between.
That was like that's gonna be a real time break.
yeah, people.
It's like we're live almost on like right now.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
live.
Okay, that's like let's broadcast it.
Anyways, so second half we normally do a segment, but I feel like the segment wouldn't make sense to people who are listening without some backstory. So your whole thing is peasant life, which is why we're throwing change into this thing.
No, we're throwing change into this thing because for censorship purposes.
Oh yeah, but we're using pennies or nickels.
Bro.
Because,
if we were,
Well, I didn't want to use quarters.
yeah, and it's not pennies, so we're like middle class. You know what I'm saying?
We're upper middle. We're lower middle
we're
class.
Lower middle class.
Lower middle class. Anyways, so peasant life. explain to the people why peasant life? Where did it come from?
I thought you were gonna give backstory.
That you're
Oh,
giving
this
the
is the
backstory. You're
backstory
giving
to-
the backstory.
All right. Well, from what I recall, is basically a nickname given to me based on observations made by people around me of my behavior.
This is the most clinical backstory I have ever heard in my life.
People gave me the nickname
People call you peasant. Why?
because I'm resourceful. I don't waste things. I'm resourceful. I have a high an efficient sense of value
An inefficient sense?
and
And
efficient. So
yes. So
efficient
it's
sense of value.
You're efficient.
It is.
That was your
yes.
number 2 point. Efficient.
No, that was 3, dude. I don't know.
Resourceful, efficient,
No, resourceful. Not wasteful.
not wasteful and efficient. Okay. So what does that mean? Like how does that play out?
How does it play out?
How does it play out?
Well, so like, let's say we go to eat somewhere.
Yes.
Like, I eat everything anytime I'm eating.
Yes.
Like, I don't throw away.
Even a shred of lettuce.
I honestly try to get like every grain of rice off of a plate.
I've seen it. It's almost it. You look like a boy in the Congo. Is that fucked up?
You might have to throw for that one.
I'm gonna throw one for the metaphor too. So, efficient, wasteful. Here's a question that I want to know.
Dude, fire please.
Why don't you ever use water bottles?
Oh my gosh, bro. Don't. Yo. Because water bottles are fucking dog shit, dude. Okay? Dude. Okay. Because we live in America, right?
True.
Obviously.
USA.
That's where we are located at the currently.
Currently.
Dude. Because it costs like less than 1% probably. I don't know. Like somewhere between like 0 and 10% of what you're paying for when you buy a bottle of water is like covers the cost of actually what it actually is.
Okay.
So you're paying for like you could go to a sink and get the same thing. And it's wasteful
Wasteful.
because
non-resourceful.
it's not resourceful because it's wasting a ton of plastic that could be used on other things or just couldn't be used at all because plastic is a product of like oil. So
Really?
that's, yeah.
But I've also never seen you carry a water bottle.
Nah, dude.
Are you just not thirsty throughout the day?
Because that's not thirsty.
Because that's what I used to think. I used to be like, I've never seen him. He refuses water bottles.
I don't do like dude, there's always a drinking fountain everywhere. We are fortunate enough to have, especially in this area,
Yeah. Not in
except
Flint.
for some areas.
Not in Flint.
Except for some areas. We can like get good water
Straight out
out
the
of
hose.
a fountain.
Straight out the
And-
hose too.
Yeah, straight out the hose.
Shout out
And
to the hose.
Shout out to the hose.
Shout out to the hose for real.
But honestly, if you've ever have you been to Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. You probably don't remember. You probably never even tried it. If you go to a drinking fountain in Florida, it tastes like sewage, bro. It tastes like sewage.
I don't think I've ever gotten water from a water fountain in Florida.
Well, that's...
Is it
I
like...
mean, that's
Yeah. Okay. So I get...
that's
okay.
what I'm saying. Like, especially
Where we're
geographically with the Great Lakes and all that, like, we have good water. And
Shout out to the lakes.
Shout out to the
Homes.
lakes.
Shout out to the
Homes.
hose and shout out to Homes. Shout out to the hose and shout out to Homes.
So yeah, that's
And for those people who aren't listening, who are listening and aren't in Michigan. Home stands for Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. The Great Lakes.
Yeah. And you'll remember them forever now.
Yes. All right. Okay. So that makes sense. Why you don't touch that. So, so along with that, so you're resourceful. You don't spend money like that. But then it also flies in the face of your camera equipment.
Okay, yeah.
Because camera equipment is
Yeah.
notoriously not cheap,
Yes.
and you got the G Master.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want to. I'm not putting you on blast for that, but I want to know.
No, I'll talk about it, bro. I don't give a
How do you feel buying the G Master lens? Because the G Master, for people who don't know, is a couple grand for a lens.
It's like the highest level.
Like
yeah, the highest.
lens you can get, which is
Yeah.
Like, it's sharp.
I mean, I don't want to say highest. Like, there's always
Yeah.
like
higher stuff.
yeah. So it's yeah, the higher grade
How did you feel
lens line.
when you copped the lens?
I was hurting.
Were you-
I was hurting, but the thing is, when it comes to like stuff that I actually need,
Mhm.
that's like I know it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because of what I'm getting from it. I need that to work.
Yeah.
Like that's my work.
Yeah.
So
So you're not like it's not money on, especially like lens and cameras, like they keep their value pretty much. So
I mean, like I'm not. What I'm gonna get out of it is way more than
how much
what
you're putting
I'm
into it.
paying for it.
Yeah.
And same thing for like, for example, the Mavic, right?
Mhm.
Which is a drone. That thing. Oh, do we have an actual one?
If you're looking, if you're watching,
It's inside of this bag. That is it. That is it. So the reason why, like, for example, that I bought that without even a question asked because of the price of it. Even though it was a lot, it's still way less than what I would think that is worth.
yeah. Did you see they came out with a new one, the Mavic Mini?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it.
$400. It's under 250 grams, and it looks.
Dude, this is America, bro. I don't know.
grams
know
is
grams.
metric. Or wait, are we not on the metric scale? We're not on the metric scale. Grams is. It okay. It weighs less than 450 grandparents.
Grandmothers?
Grandmothers.
Grams. Shout out to the Grams.
Shout out to Grams.
all the Grams out there listening.
All the Grams on the gram. That's what you don't hear enough of. Grams on the gram.
Instagrams.
Shout out to those Instagram baddies. The bad grandmas on Instagram. So
Thirst trapping out there.
thirst trapping all the grams.
Yeah, all the Gramps.
So okay, so you were hurting when you
Yeah.
copped it, but
Yeah, but-
that makes sense. It makes sense to like, but so to that same degree, because I know you don't buy a lot of things. I know you,
Yeah.
but what's something that you will buy without hesitation?
I mean, like
like on like a maybe not like a daily basis, but like
gas.
gas doesn't count. Gas is a
Okay.
necessity. Like you
Okay.
need gas. Something that's not a commodity, like milk or
Dude,
oil.
what do I buy regularly that like dude, I don't. And if anything, like coffee from a coffee shop because I like to like work on my computer in coffee shops.
Sit at a coffee shop,
But
but you don't even get like. Do you like coffee like that?
I'm starting to. Now that I've been going to them, like I feel like at a point I started feeling weird just going in there and just always working, and then they're like, "This guy never bought anything."
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. No,
No,
I
I was-
always bought things.
I was gonna say.
that's scheming. That's scheming to me. Like I don't like. Yeah, like this is the thing. I don't scheme. Like
Sort
I'll
of.
tip people.
Yeah.
Like I tip people. Like normally I tip a lot because my food is like my bill isn't a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I really actually leave 20%, that's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I feel bad. So
Yeah.
I leave more, and that's like ends up being like 50%.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
so you never tip people like, hey, wear 2 coats. Like give them that kind of tip, or the other kind of tip, which.
Depends on how it's going, man.
Anyways.
Oh, you want to talk about you're asking about like splurging, right?
Yeah.
You want to know?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I splurged on.
I forgot to drop one.
Wait, I didn't say anything.
Yeah. You said you know what I. You said
Oh,
you know.
did I say it?
Yeah.
Dude. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't think you do. You don't.
Your
You ready?
STI.
Yeah. Yeah.
That cost you a lot of money.
That
your
cost me
STI.
a lot of
And
fucking
you,
money.
and you had to tell a lot of people about your STI.
I had to tell a lot of people. Everybody knows
Drop-
about it. I just said
You said.
I had to tell a lot of people.
You said right before.
So
So your STI cost you a lot of money,
yes.
and elaborate
But
to
it's
the elaborate to
but
the,
it was worth it.
it was
It's
worth
a fun
every,
time.
It was worth every penny.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you called me when you got the STI.
Yeah.
You said, "Hey, I just did the stupidest thing ever," and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And you pulled up, and you showed off your STI
Yeah. Right there in public. Right there in the
right
open.
there, right in my driveway.
Yeah.
And then we went. Where were we? We went to. We were on Telegraph, burning it up.
Yeah. Okay, so should we clarify now?
I think we gave all the description we need. Your STI is
Dude,
your car, right?
that thing burns, bro.
When we were driving in Birmingham, people were jealous.
Bro.
People were jealous of your STI on Woodward. We were on Woodward, and people were jealous of your STI.
When were we on Woodward?
Was it Woodward? When we were with Dar.
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah.
And I realized
Yeah,
how we were
yeah.
gonna flip over,
That was fun. That was my first time. That was my first time actually like hitting it.
burning it.
And I
out
was
there.
like, "Oh, this thing is actually bad as
okay, so that's your thing. You splurge on your car,
Yeah, and that's the one. That's the one and only, dude. Like,
and
It's-
that you were no hesitation.
no, I was super hesitant, dude. That's the thing is before that, I was looking at getting a super cheapo car a week earlier. I'm like getting a cheapo car, like. Okay, can we clarify now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we said car plenty of times.
No. An STI is
It's
the
not
na-
a sexually transmitted infection. I was gonna say intestine, interior.
that sucks too. That's
That's-
bad. Let me tell you.
Anyway, so
That's for
ST
another podcast.
Yeah, that's the next episode. So an STI is a
It's a car.
what
It's
kind
a
of
car.
car is it?
It's a Subaru.
Subaru.
Yeah.
Foreign.
It's basically
made.
a race car. Like
Nice.
should not be a car should not be that fast for the road. It's not, and mine's not that fast. Like it's not that fast, but it's still. Yeah, it's fast.
That was my favorite thing. Getting the call. Literally, it's like the most random. It was probably like 11:30 at night. Just like a random day. I don't think I had talked to Demy for like 2 days, and I just get a random call, just like, bro, I just did the stupidest thing I've
Wait,
ever
did
done.
I don't think so.
It was random.
No.
It probably wasn't 11, but I know it was random.
because you know
Because you text me before, you're like, hey, should I do
first
something
day-
stupid?
Oh yeah, I said I'm about to do. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm about.
and I was
to do
like,
something
what are you?
stupid.
I was like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'll tell you later.
Because the first day I got it, you rode in it the first day I bought it.
Yeah, because you came. We were going to our friend Dariel's going away party. We were supposed to be there at 5 or something. I wound up showing up an hour and a half late. So I'm there at like 6:30. Dem calls me. He's like, dude, I'm in, where were you? Grand Rapids?
Past Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm past Grand Rapids. I'm like, dude, that's like three hours away. Like, yeah, I know, but I got it. Like, was not even speaking in full sentences. Was just
That's
so
how
hyped.
it normally is, though.
And I was like, okay. You pull up, STI burning in the front, in the driveway.
How was your rolling up to that?
Dude, it was awful. It was bad. And I told Dar, so I'm not even fronting. I pulled up, hour and a half late, windows down. It was like the middle of summer, so so I'm sitting there. I forgot what I was playing, but it was loud because I forgot
Something ratchet. But the windows were down. It was blaring, and I forgot which one was her house. So I'm like pulling up. Yeah. Maybe the one with the gigantic tent in front of it and 1,000 people.
I didn't think they were gonna be out in the front yard. I thought they'd be in the back or in the in the house. So I pull by, and all you see is all these people just staring at me as you're just playing some ratchet, ignorant music.
Yeah.
And then I was like sitting in my car. I was like, oh no. And she texts me. She goes, "Are you coming down?" And I was like, oh, yeah. Give me a sec.
Yeah, they all knew it was you, dude.
Yeah. And then the worst.
Were they
part,
saying grace?
No, they were playing like a game. The worst part when I walked up, Dar was at the front and she was talking on like a microphone, and everybody literally was facing towards her, but she's looking back at me.
Yeah, and you're in the back of the crowd.
Yeah, the very back of the crowd. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sneak in. Like nobody's gonna pay attention. I'll sit down at the table in the back. Literally, I'm like, not even close to the tent. I was maybe like 10 steps away from the tent. She stops whatever she was doing and she just goes, "Everyone, can we stop? Turn around and welcome Antonio." And I was like, oh my God, no.
Dude. I wish I would have been there for that.
Already embarrassed. And I go and sit down and I was like, I want to plank.
That's great.
Plank on a train track.
That's great, dude.
So anyways, with all of that lead up, all the backstory out of the way, we're going to get into this segment that we normally do right when we come back.
Okay, 15 minutes later. Let's
15 minutes later. So, Dem, I have here this list.
These are rapid fire questions?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm sitting here thinking, peasant life, trying to be resourceful, pinch a penny,
Okay.
make a dollar stretch as far as you can.
Okay.
But cameras are an expensive ass hobby. Does ass count?
Line of work. I don't know. It depends.
I wouldn't consider ass.
If I say I want you to censor it.
What's Okay, well then I'm gonna put 2 in for mine.
I mean, you could do it for yourself.
No,
It's just for me. The only reason you're censoring is because I asked you to censor.
Yeah. So, this is gonna be the most work for an episode to be edited. Anyways, so I'm sitting here thinking. So it's a very expensive line of work.
Yes.
You got your G Master.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be inexpensive if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, but like if you're doing it professionally, like us, if you're like you want to have something nice, you want to get a stabilizer, you want to get like a nice lens, a nice body. Even if you're like shooting for like middle of the road, I didn't get like top of the line lens, I didn't get like the best body, but like mine was still expensive. Yeah. So I'm sitting here racking my brain. Maybe you need some cheaper hobbies. So here I have a list of some cheaper hobbies that I wanted to run by you and see what you thought.
All right. Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
I'm not saying give up cameras at all because this is what you do. But I'm just saying
a
like
hobby. For the
Yeah.
other times. Okay.
Yeah, to fill your day. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna run you down this list and you just stop me whenever. Let me know what you think. So
I thought we were gonna go one by one. I thought we were gonna go one by one and assess the validity of each one.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
Because I don't know how many you have.
That's
so.
better. Okay, we got a good amount. Okay, so the first one, writing.
Okay. All right. That's gonna be a hard no for me.
Okay, so scale. Let's do 5 because it's a
Okay.
hobby. You're not trying to think too much about it. 1 to 10.
Okay.
So 5. So out of 1 through 5. You said
Hard
not.
zero. Hard zero.
Hard 0. Okay. What about running?
That's gonna be a no for me also, dog. That's a hard
Randy
no.
Jackson. Where did you get your That's a hard
Dog,
no for me.
that's
dog.
gonna be a no, dog.
Okay, so that's a no. What about geocaching? Geocaching for the uninformed
Yeah,
is
like me, I don't know what that is. Is
okay, so geocaching. Bro,
that a fish?
No, geocaching is there's an app. This is like early 2000s.
Pokemon Go.
No.
Oh,
No, this is like way more intense and way less stupid than Pokemon Go. So for the people who don't know, this is an early 2010 activity. It used to be a website. You go, or no, it might have been just when smartphones were coming out. So maybe not early 2010. This is like, we're in 2019 now. This is definitely years ago. Like this is falling off.
Okay.
So it's an app now. You go and you find the coordinates, literally like latitude, longitude points. It'll give you, and you plop it on your map. You go to this spot, and it just gives you like a general area, and you have to look around for like a little box that has like the coordinates on it. Open it up, and you're supposed to leave something in it and take something. So,
okay. In theory, that can be interesting.
Yeah.
In theory, that can be interesting. I feel like people are too stupid to actually execute it properly, so I wouldn't even bother doing that.
I tried it a couple of times and gave up because I got to like the point where it was supposed to be, looked around for like literally 20 minutes.
Is there
and I
like a
was
picture of it where it is?
No.
Oh, that's kind of.
So it
Do you
takes
know what it looks like?
No.
Is it buried?
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't-
Probably was. That's why you couldn't.
I don't
find
know.
it.
So you're supposed to get to the place. It's supposed to be like a little box or something, and it's just supposed to be like, oh, you found it or whatever, and then that's it.
So did you ever find it?
No.
Oh,
Never found
did you
it.
have something? What were you gonna leave?
I don't know. Whatever
Oh.
I had in my pocket.
Some fuzz. See, like, because I would be the person that finds it after some dumb like you, leaving like
Pocket lint.
Well, yeah, pocket lint. And I'm like, okay. So that's gonna be like a 1. Like that's a 1 for
Okay,
me. That's a
1.
1 for me.
More interested, but not at all. Okay, so this one, which I don't think is a cheap hobby, but it was on the list that I referenced after
That you Googled.
after racking my brain. I thought of a couple. Pickling and canning.
Actually, that doesn't sound too bad because if you
Making your own pickles and canning your own jam.
yeah, because pickling, I mean pickles honestly aren't that expensive, right? But
Yeah, but who wants
you
to
can
pay,
get
who wants to pay retail price for pickles?
that's
Am
what
I
I'm
right?
saying. That's why I'd give this one a 2 because
All right, so 2.
yeah, because you're kind of getting some value out of it, and it lasts for a while.
Well, I think they have to sit for a while,
Exactly.
so you're not gonna get them initially. Like you're
It's
like,
an investment.
you're investing in pickles. Okay, what about fishing? Do you like fishing? I fucking hate fishing.
Fishing isn't. I used to fish as a young lad.
Yes.
I don't know. No, nowadays, no, I don't think that maybe a 1, maybe a 1, maybe a 1.
All right, so we're doing pretty good up top. So we have a couple of zeros, a 1,
Nothing past a 1.
a 1, a 2,
Oh, a 2, yeah.
a 2, and a 1.
Okay.
Learning magic.
I already know a bit of magic.
Really?
Yeah.
Like card tricks?
Yeah. No, we're not doing it. We're not. No.
This is mostly this is mostly an audio.
This is
medium.
yeah. So I could do it. It would be amazing, but you know the sound would be just amazing. You'd be amazed.
You just start shuffling cards.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you give magic? Since you're already
A magic as a hobby.
yeah.
That's gonna be.
Like get real into magic.
That's a 1. That's a 1. For sure, not any higher than a 1.
We still haven't cracked a 2. Okay. Doing comedy.
Bro, I do that shit all the time, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What is you
Dude,
talking
are
about?
you talking about stand-up comedy?
Like stand-up comedy?
No, not a fucking chance, bro. You got to get me in front of a crowd. That's
Getting you to talk on this mic was hard enough.
that's dude. No. No, because dude, tell me that's not like a nightmare. Is like you get up and you're like, yo, this is so funny. What I'm about to say is so funny.
And it bombs.
And the first time someone's supposed to laugh, nobody laughs, and then you gotta act like nobody was supposed to laugh, dude. You just gotta keep going. And I can't. Oof, that's yikes, dude.
Okay, so what are we ranking that? Doing stand-up comedy, I guess.
Stand-up comedy. I mean, it like the idea of it entertains me, so I'll give that a 1. But like, you're not gonna catch me doing that. I've thought about what I would say if I was doing stand-up.
Like what? Give me
That's
a
the thing is
give
like,
me a one line.
Dude, if I'm talking with a group of people, this just happened to me the other day. I was like cracking. I was killing it, dude. I was so killing it. But if somebody,
they get that spotlight.
If I'm the only one talking, then it changes it up. It changes the game completely. Because then you have to talk about stuff that people are even going to be able to relate to, and you don't know.
Like airplane food.
Exactly.
What's the deal
What's
with
the
that?
deal with that stuff? And you know what? Some people never had it before, so it's like, well, what's up with that?
The guy's sitting in the corner like, what is airplane food?
I've only gotten peanuts. Well,
sorry, sir. Okay, so we got a 1 for still. So on this list, pickling and canning is sitting at the top with a 2.
alright.
Okay, what about whittling?
Yeah, okay, you're gonna have to fill me in on
Whittling is like where you traditionally you take like a piece of wood, but I've also seen it with like a bar of soap, and you sit there with like a knife and you just make something.
Oh, that's like art. That's a type of art. Sculpting.
Yeah.
Out of wood or soap.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to be really dexterous with your knife.
Yeah.
As to not.
That seems really cool. Okay. But the thing is, I would probably not like it because art is hard.
Art is hard.
Put that up on my wall, dude. Art is hard.
I want a T-shirt. That's what's gonna come out of this. Art is hard. Quote.
It is because at least that type of art, drawing, sculpting, stuff like that. Because
painting.
Some people just have it
Yeah.
where they can concept. Like there are things. My mind, like there are certain things, really subtle things that make like an artist, a sculptor, painter, and drawer, or whatever, really, really good, right? And it's just like, there's something in their mind that it like process, and it comes from practice too. And I feel like sometimes you're born with it, but
practice, you're born with it. And the third thing is, you have to wear overalls.
yeah, true.
Overalls for sure.
True.
Show me one person who's good at art who doesn't or hasn't worn overalls.
I couldn't.
Lies.
I couldn't.
Okay, so where are we ranking whittling?
The idea of it.
No, I'm talking about like you going
For
out
me?
and doing whittling. Yeah, for you.
I'd probably try it. I'd give it a shot. I'd say 2 on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Pickling, canning, and whittling.
Yeah. Maybe a different name for it, though. It sounds kind of weird. Because I was about to say, yo, I
Whittling.
do that all the time.
I was whittling this morning. All right, we only got a couple more.
Oh, no, dude. This isn't looking good. I hope you started with the less, increased.
Like they get better as they go on?
Yes.
No, they don't. All right, what about foraging?
For, like, berries?
Going to the woods, finding out which plants are good to eat and which aren't.
By myself, that's like a 0 to 1. That's a 0.5.
Okay. I was like, in my head I was thinking, and then I had like a list, and then I googled the list, and I was like, oh, these are a lot stupider.
little Google hobbies.
I googled
Stupid hobbies.
I googled the cheapest hobbies you could find.
Oh, okay. Cheap hobbies. Okay.
Okay. What about dumpster diving?
Nah, dog. That's not. That's grime, dude. That's grime.
That's something we didn't even talk
We
about.
did not talk about that.
For how resourceful you are also a germaphobe.
I'm not a germaphobe, dude. I'm not phobic of germs. I'm just don't like grime.
Okay. Well, last one on the list. What about gaming?
All right.
For the people who aren't watching and are just listening, that we just got the biggest smile.
All right. I mean, this is probably video games are probably the biggest waste of time for me. Okay? But of that list, it's the only thing I do. Okay? And so then that would get it the highest rating.
So
For me.
out of a 5.
The scale is, would I do it?
I guess
The metric.
I guess if you already do it, this would be a 5.
Yeah, this is a 5, dude. But I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And the game I play is free.
Fortnite.
I still play Fortnite, dude. Admittedly.
Dude, I don't think it's bad to play it. I just fell off because it got a lot harder.
It's
And-
hard.
and
That's
I-
why that's why I like to play it, because it's hard and you're playing with other people. Nice. You're playing with other people who are also getting better, right? So it's like this.
How many victory
know.
royales do you have? I know you know.
I don't know.
I know you know.
I don't know the number. I don't know the number.
I know you know. You have a tattoo of it.
I have a tally mark for every
It's
time I win.
It's on your thigh. I haven't
No, those
seen
are just
it.
hairs, dude.
Those are thick hairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like we found you a couple of hobbies. Whittling, pickling and canning if you ever want to get into it, because they seem less the least. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like pickling and canning, I feel like you do it for like 2 hours and then you just leave it for a couple of months.
That's kind of nice.
And then whittling, I feel like you could just sit there, put it down, come back.
No, if I were to do that, I would have to knock it all out in like one go.
You would just.
That's how I do. The last time I painted something was years ago, but I stayed up. It's because like my aunt was doing it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. She's like, do you want to do something? And she made me feel guilty if I didn't. So I was like, okay, I'll paint something. And I started, and I just went until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
Started like 9, 10 the night before.
Jeez.
I just didn't stop. That's how yeah. That's why like art is like, when I try.
Art is hard.
Art is hard. That is why art is hard.
Dude, I'm with that. That's why I'm glad I'm slightly okay at taking pictures, slightly good at taking pictures, cuz like
Same.
art is hard.
Art is hard.
I can't draw.
Same.
That's why I stick with stick figures.
Same. Same.
Well, all right, Dom. I think we covered everything. We're gonna end the show how we normally do. So, should we do a podcast?
No.
Well, we'll see.
Well, that's all, folks.
Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time. A Tone Time production.